welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cup Check. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but me and Zach, the main duo, we're back, and today we're tackling the very anticipated shortstop rankings. Me and Zach are going to be listing out our top 10 shortstops for the 2022 season, assuming it happens. With the news lately, getting a little nervous. Hopefully they're going to iron something out soon. Zach, you have anything you would like to add?
Yeah, I love talking shortstop rankings because it's always so stacked every year. A lot of young talent here, so I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, I agree. And, if you're clicking on this video, go check out Zach's other video about a shortstop in Carlos Correa, who will probably be making appearances in today's list. Zach, would you like to kick us off with the number one? I have a feeling this is going to be unanimous.
Number one, I got Tatis. I saw a lot of lists had Trey Turner, but I think Tatis has most potential to put up 30-30 numbers or even more than that. So, yeah, Tatis.
Number one, I lied. I'm going with Trey Turner. I'm doubling down on the consensus that this man is the number one overall value for this upcoming season. And let this be a little like shout out moment. Keep your eyes peeled on is Trey Turner worth the number one overall pick video? It's currently in the works. I'm hitting the PowerPoints hard, trying to get all the facts down so I can make a really educating video on that. Trey Turner, I've had him on my team 2 years in a row, and there's very, very few guys that just contribute at least something every day. And Trey Turner seems to do a lot of something. He goes out there and gets hits almost every day, steals a base, and then occasionally get blessed with a home run. So I'm really high on Trey Turner. Keep your eyes out for that video. It should be a banger.
All right. Well, do you have Tatis at number two, Mr. Jokester?
I do have Tatis at number two. And the only reason Tatis is at number two, other than, this could be the year of the Trey, just a little bit of injury concerns with Tatis. I think Trey's a little bit of a safer bet with the injury stuff at this point. Tatis, until it gets surgery on that shoulder or just goes a year without really having shoulder problems, I'm going to be a little hesitant. And, there's a good chance that we're not even ranking Tatis among shortstops next year at this time, Zach. So just throwing that out there.
It's a fair point. At number two, I do have Trey Turner. So we're just flip-flop there. At number three, I would think we have the same guy. I have Buchet.
I also have Buchet. This dude really just tore it up at the end of the year as they tried to make that little playoff push at the end. He's one of the most exciting players out there, and he's also probably one of the safest bets. He's going to get you stolen bases and homers. And having Vlad hit behind him is probably the best protection you can ever ask for. Bo's going to get pitched to, and he's going to get on base, and he's going to score a lot because of who's behind him.
Yeah, all three of these guys will get you home runs, stolen bases, 5 tool guys, and 5 category fantasy guys. So,
yep. Who do you have at number four?
Number four, I have my guy Correa. In this middle tier of shortstops, I think he's very undervalued. I don't think he's reached his full potential in a full 162 game season. And I think he has power potential, hit for average potential. The only thing he won't get you is those stolen bases. But who do you have at number four?
Yeah, I'm not ready to let it head into the middle tier of shortstops yet, because I think when this guy breaks camp, he's going to immediately be in that upper echelon of shortstops. I don't need to do too much talking about Bobby Witt Jr. There's a lot of other videos where I break kind of break down his potential, but yeah, he really has that potential to be the Tatis type. He has the exit velos, the speed, I think his contact's a little bit underrated. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what junior, and I think if he breaks camp, there's a good chance he finishes among the top 4 shortstops. As bold as that prediction may be.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I won't doubt it until I see the season, see what happens.
I mean,
But
his first ever full minor league season was like 330 bombs, 30 bags, or whatever the stat line came out to be. Like, I gotta imagine this kid's just gonna keep getting better. He seems to have a hard work ethic. Zach, who do you have coming at your 4 spot or your 5 spot?
so number 5, I have Xander Bogarts. You're going to get a lot of consistency and reliability out of him. And in a redraft league, he's still at that age where he might be like slightly leaving his prime, but he's still in that age where you can expect that he won't regress too much. He'll get you just a few bags, but it's mostly that consistent around 25 home runs, batting about 280. And you just know what you're going to get every time from Xander Bogarts.
Yeah, and I think that consistency could be a big plus in Xander's rankings, but I also think it can be a big negative because when he has that consistency, I don't think he really has kind of the ceiling that a lot of these people have. I think Xander's just going to be really average, honestly. And I'd rather take a risk on some of these other younger guys, including Wander Franco. I got Franco coming in at number 5, Franco.
Tomato.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that this guy could be special. I mean, that's not really the hottest take right there. People are already like treating him like he's the next big thing. And I don't think it's unreasonable to think that he develops a little bit more power and really earns that top 5 shortstop ranking by the end of the year.
All right. Well, I'm surprised by how high you're putting the young guys, but also it does make sense. Like young talent is better than old talent. So we'll see if they totally put it together. But I'm gonna stick with the guys that have kind of been doing it at number 6. I'm going Corey Seeger. He's one of those guys that has not been able to completely stay healthy and put it all together. His baseball savant numbers are really good, and now he's with the Rangers. So we'll see how that goes. A little different change of scenery. Yeah, Corey Seager at number 6.
Yeah, just riding off that wave, I also have Seeger at 6. I think a healthy Corey Seager is an absolute animal. We saw it at the beginning of last year. I was ready to call him the MVP after the first week because the dude looked like he could not miss the baseball while swinging. A very elite hit tool, and I think a healthy Seager being the man in Texas could be big. So heading into 7, this one might be a little bold, but I'm not ready to give up on Francisco Lindor, a man that my co-host ranked the number 1 shortstop heading into last year. I think Lindor kind of had that little bit of that little Mets curse, and I think he bounces back this next year. Gets settled into New York. He's got his train routine down, and I think he's ready to just be a Met.
All right. Yeah. Big bounce back candidate. I have him coming up here, but he just had such a bad season last year. Maybe it was just switching leagues. We'll see what happens, but that is definitely one of the things I'm most excited to see about in 2022 is if Lindor bounces back or not. But for my number 7, I have Trevor Story, a guy that's still going to get you stolen bases even as he's getting older. Just a couple years ago, 2020, he led the league in that shortened season with 15 stolen bases. So yeah, he's still not afraid to steal and still a good hitter too. We'll see where he ends up. It is a little bit worrying if assuming he leaves Colorado, which I'm sure he will. Maybe those offensive numbers won't be quite as high, but I still think he's a very talented hitter.
Yeah, just riding that wave. I also have a Story coming up as my number 8. I'm not as worried about the whole course thing as everyone else's. I think Arenado is a little bit of a better player than Story, just like career wise. But Arenado went to St. Louis and people were really worried about him. I think he still came out with like 32 or 34 bombs, somewhere just over 30. I think if you can play the game of baseball on an extremely high level, you can do it consistently at any stadium, which is also another reason why I think Lindor just kind of had a funky year and he's going to bounce back. But yeah, Trevor Story, I think he's going to land on a contending team, and I think that being on that like contending team for the first time in his life is going to kind of light a spark, and he's going to have a little bit of a bounce back from last year.
Yeah, I'm pretty high on Trevor Story for next year, and they'll be able to get him in a much better position. He was always like a late first round, early second round guy, but now his ADP's dropped a lot. Leading into my number 8 is Wander Franco, whatever floats your boat. Outstanding hit tool from Wander. He just showed up and started producing as soon as he made the MLB, and as you said, I think that power will keep producing as well, or evolving.
Coming in at my number 9, as we get to the last 2 spots on the list, Zac has continued to make me see the upside in Carlos Correa, and I finally have him falling in at number 9. Zach's really high in Correa, and he has that wisdom because he has Correa on his own fantasy team. He gets to watch him a little closer than I do. So yeah, I have Correa at 9. I'm not sure if I'm expecting MVP levels like Zac, but I do think he's a solid shortstop. So yeah, 9.
Yeah, my number 9 now, I got Lindor. It was just such a bad season last year, but like you said, he's one of the best shortstops of our generation, and he should be able to bounce back.
Yeah, definitely. And rounding out my list at number 10, I have the consistency of Xander Bogarts, 260, 270, 280, somewhere in that solid average range with 20 to 25 bombs. Probably not much room for regression or ascension with him. He's just going to be consistent and coming at that.
And I will
spot.
say, I think we're being a little hard on Xander because he's more than just a consistent player. He's been a top tier fantasy player for quite a few years.
Yeah, he's been consistently a top tier fantasy player. I just don't think that he provides the superstar level like some of these younger guys can.
It's true.
So that's why I have him under some of these guys.
All right, and then rounding out my list, I have Tim Anderson, a guy that will usually hit for a high average, usually over 300, and get you some stolen bases and a few home runs too. So
shout out Willie Adames, really balled out last year, just missed the cutoff. Just such a stacked position. So it's hard to include everybody, but hey, thank you guys for watching. This is always one of the most exciting videos, just kind of getting to dive into the shortstops, as it is one of the most highly debated positional rankings that you can do in baseball. Zac, any closing statements?
We'll be back with some more positional rankings from like all the different positions. We just want to kick it off with shortstop, so hopefully we will see the Cup Check audience soon.
Yeah, let us know how you guys would rate it in the comment section down below, what you liked, what you hated. Thank you guys for your time and watching our videos. Stay tuned as we will continue to be dropping more videos soon. Have a good one.